Casual conversation at the office.
Good morning, Sarah. How's everything going today?
Good morning. Everything's running smoothly so far. Any specific tasks you need help with today?
Thanks for asking. Well, first off, I'd like you to schedule a meeting with our clients for next week. Preferably Tuesday or Wednesday. Can you check their availability?
Sure thing. I'll send them an email right away to see when they're free. Anything else on your agenda for today?
Yes, I need you to compile the sales data from the past quarter and create a report. It's essential for our upcoming presentation.
Got it. I'll gather all the data and start working on that report. Should I include any specific details or charts?
Please provide a breakdown by product category and region, and add some charts to make the information more visually appealing. That should help during the presentation.
Will do. I'll make the report informative and visually appealing. Anything else?
Yes, we have a meeting with the marketing team at 2 p.m. I'll need you to prepare a summary of our recent marketing campaigns and results.
Sure thing. I'll make sure we have all the data ready for the meeting with the marketing team. Is there a specific format you'd like for the summary?
A simple PowerPoint presentation should work. Just make sure to highlight the key metrics and outcomes.
Got it. A PowerPoint presentation summarizing the marketing campaigns. I'll ensure it's clear and concise. Is there anything else you need from me today?
That should cover it for now. Let me know if you need any assistance or if you run into any issues with these tasks.
Will do, and I'll keep you updated on the progress. If you think of anything else, just shoot me an email or let me know.
Great, thanks, Sarah. I appreciate your help with these tasks. Have a productive day.
You too, boss. I'll get started right away. If you need anything else, don't hesitate to ask.
Several hours later.
Excuse me, sir, just wanted to give you a quick update. I've scheduled the client meeting for next Wednesday at 10 a.m. They confirmed their availability.
Excellent, Sarah. Thanks for taking care of that. How's the progress on the sales report and marketing summary?
I've almost finished compiling the sales data, and I've started working on the PowerPoint presentation for the marketing meeting. It should be ready well before 2 p.m.
That's great to hear. Keep up the good work, Sarah. If you need any help or resources, let me know.
Will do, boss. I'll make sure everything is well prepared for the meeting. Is there anything else you'd like me to add to the marketing presentation?
Just make sure to include the key takeaways from the campaigns, such as the ROI, engagement metrics, and any feedback we received from customers. We want a clear picture of our marketing performance.
Understood. I'll make sure the presentation is comprehensive and highlights those points. Anything else on your mind?
Not at the moment. Once again, thank you for your efficiency and diligence, Sarah. Your support is invaluable.
Thank you for your kind words, boss. I'm here to help make things run smoothly. If there's nothing else, I'll get back to work on these tasks.
Sounds good, Sarah. Keep up the excellent work, and I'll touch base with you later in the day.
Later in the day.
Excuse me, sir, just a quick update. I've completed the sales report, and the marketing presentation is ready for our meeting at 2 p.m.
That's fantastic, Sarah. You're really on top of things today. Let me take a look at the report and presentation before the meeting.
Of course, I've sent them over to your email. Feel free to review them, and if you have any suggestions or changes, just let me know.
Will do. I appreciate your thoroughness. I'll look through them and get back to you with any feedback.
Sounds good, boss. If there's anything else you need, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to assist in any way I can.
Thank you, Sarah. I'll be in touch shortly after I review these documents. Keep up the excellent work.
Thank you, boss. I'm here to support you and the team. Looking forward to our meeting later.
During the meeting,
All right, everyone, let's begin our marketing meeting. Sarah has prepared a summary of our recent campaigns and their outcomes. Sarah, please go ahead and present.
Thank you, boss. Good afternoon, everyone. As you can see in the presentation, we've had some significant successes in our recent marketing efforts. Our ROI increased by 15% compared to the previous quarter, and our engagement metrics have been consistently positive.
That's great to hear, Sarah. Could you provide more details on the customer feedback we received?
Of course. We collected feedback through surveys and social media channels. The majority of our customers mentioned that they appreciated our informative content and found our promotions relevant to their needs.
that's valuable information. How about the performance of specific campaigns?
We've seen particularly strong results from the email campaign we launched last month. Open rates were 20% higher than our average, and it resulted in a 10% increase in website traffic.
That's excellent news, Sarah. It's clear that our strategies are paying off. Thank you for the detailed presentation.
You're welcome, boss. If anyone has further questions or would like to dive deeper into the data, please feel free to ask.
After the meeting,
Sarah, great job on the presentation. The marketing team was impressed with the results, and your presentation was clear and concise.
Thank you, boss. I'm glad the team found the information valuable. If there are any follow-up tasks or if you need assistance with anything else, please let me know.
Actually, I'd like you to schedule a follow-up meeting with the marketing team for next week. We should discuss the strategies for the upcoming quarter based on the data you presented today.
Of course, I'll reach out to them and find a suitable time for the meeting. Anything else you'd like me to include in the agenda?
Please include a review of the customer feedback and any suggestions the marketing team may have for improvement. It's essential that we continue to fine-tune our approach.
Understood. I'll make sure the agenda covers those points. Is there anything else on your plate for today?
Not at the moment. You've done an excellent job today, Sarah. I appreciate your hard work and dedication.
Thank you, boss. I'm here to support you and the team to the best of my abilities. If there's nothing else, I'll start scheduling that follow-up meeting.
That sounds like a plan. Keep up the great work, Sarah, and have a wonderful evening.
You too, boss. If you ever need assistance outside of office hours, feel free to.
casual conversation between office mates.
Good morning. How was your weekend?
Good morning. It was pretty good, just relaxed at home. How about you?
Same here, didn't do much, just some Netflix and chores. By the way, did you catch the game on Sunday?
Nah, I missed it. How did our team do?
They won. It was a close match, but they pulled through in the end.
That's awesome. We needed a win. I hope they keep it up.
Me too. It's more fun when they're winning. So, how's your project coming along?
It's coming along, thanks for asking. I had a bit of a hiccup last week, but I think I've figured it out.
That's good to hear. You always manage to find solutions. If you need any help, just let me know.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Teamwork makes everything easier. Oh, speaking of teamwork, have you met the new guy, Mark?
Yeah, I met him briefly. Seems friendly. What department is he in?
He's in IT, I think. He mentioned something about setting up our new software.
That's cool. We could use some help with that. I'll introduce myself properly later. So, any exciting plans for the evening?
Not really, just a quiet night in. I might cook something nice for dinner. How about you?
I'm thinking of hitting the gym after work, then catching up on my favorite show.
That sounds like a good balance between staying active and relaxing. Have you been going to the gym regularly?
Trying to, but it's not always easy with work and all. I need to stay motivated.
I hear you. Maybe we can be gym buddies and keep each other on track.
That's a great idea. Having a workout partner can be really motivating. Let's do it.
Awesome. We can start next week. By the way, did you hear about the company picnic next month?
Yeah, I did. It sounds like fun. I remember last year's picnic was a blast.
It was. The games, the food, and just hanging out with coworkers, it's a great time.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, and I heard they're doing a potluck this time.
That's cool. I can bring my famous potato salad. What are you thinking of bringing?
I make a mean lasagna. I think everyone will love it.
Lasagna sounds delicious. It's going to be a feast. Let's make sure to bring our appetites.
Absolutely. I can't wait for the picnic. So, how's your family doing?
They're good, thanks for asking. Mom's been enjoying her gardening, and Dad's still playing golf every weekend.
Sounds like they're staying active and happy. That's great. Have you seen your niece and nephew recently?
Yeah, they visited last weekend. We played board games and had a mini movie night. It was a blast.
That sounds like so much fun. Quality time with family is precious. By the way, have you tried that new coffee shop on Maple Street?
Not yet, but I've heard their coffee is amazing. Wanna check it out together sometime?
Sounds like a plan. Coffee and good company, can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely. We can go this Friday after work. So, how's your workload these days?
It's been a bit hectic, to be honest. But I'm managing one task at a time. How about you?
Same here, lots of deadlines to meet. But we've got this, right?
Definitely. We're a strong team, and we'll get through it together. Speaking of which, do you need any help with your project?
Thanks for the offer, but I think I'm good for now. If anything comes up, I'll let you know.
No problem, happy to help if you ever need it. Hey, have you had a chance to review the new office policies?
Yeah, I glanced at them. Anything important I should know about?
Well, there are some updates to the dress code and a new process for requesting time off. It's worth taking a closer look when you have time.
Thanks for the heads up. I'll make sure to go through them. So, any plans for the weekend?
Not yet, but I'm thinking of taking a day trip somewhere. Maybe a hike or a visit to a nearby town.
That sounds like a great way to relax and recharge. I should do something similar. Any recommendations?
How about checking out that nature reserve about an hour's drive from here? I heard it's beautiful.
That sounds like a peaceful escape. I'll look it up and see if it's doable. Thanks for the suggestion.
No problem, enjoy your weekend whatever you decide to do. And hey, do you have any plans for your birthday next month?
Not really, just a small gathering with some friends. Nothing too fancy. What about you?
I'm thinking of having a barbecue at my place. It'll be a casual get-together with good food and good company.
Count me in. I'll bring some snacks or drinks. It's going to be a fun celebration.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. So, did you have a chance to look at those reports I sent you last week?
Yeah, I went through them. Everything looks good, but I had a couple of questions. Can we chat about them later?
Of course, we can discuss it after our team meeting this afternoon. Feel free to ask me anything.
Thanks, I appreciate your help with this. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Absolutely. We're here to support each other and make things happen. Now, let's crush this workday.
Casual conversation between father and son.
Hey champ, how's your day been?
Hi, Dad. It's been good. I've been thinking about our last fishing trip. It was so much fun.
I'm glad to hear you enjoyed it. I had a great time too. You know, I've been thinking we should plan another fishing trip soon.
Really, Dad? That would be awesome. Where should we go this time?
Well, I was thinking of trying out the lake up in the mountains. I heard the fishing there is fantastic, and the scenery is breathtaking.
Mountains? That sounds exciting. I've never been fishing in the mountains before. What kind of fish can we catch there?
We can expect to catch trout, bass, and maybe even some catfish. It'll be a great opportunity to try your hand at different types of fishing.
That sounds cool. I'm up for the challenge. When were you thinking of going?
How about next Saturday? We can leave early in the morning and make it a full-day adventure.
Next Saturday works for me. I'm already looking forward to it. Do we need to prepare anything special?
Not much, just the usual fishing gear. Rods, reels, bait, and some snacks. Oh, and don't forget to pack sunscreen and hats. The sun can be pretty strong up there.
Got it, Dad. I'll make a checklist so we don't forget anything important.
That's a smart move, kiddo. Planning ahead makes everything smoother. While you're at it, maybe you could also look up some fishing tips for mountain lakes.
Great idea, Dad. I'll do some research and gather some tips to make our trip even more successful.
You're becoming quite the fishing enthusiast, aren't you?
Well, I have a great teacher. You've taught me a lot about fishing, and I really enjoy it.
That's wonderful to hear. Fishing is not just about catching fish. It's also about spending quality time in nature and creating lasting memories.
I agree, Dad. Our fishing trips are some of my favorite memories.
Mine too, buddy. I cherish the time we spend together out on the water, just enjoying each other's company.
It's special, Dad. And I appreciate you teaching me about patience, respect for nature, and the importance of conservation while we fish.
Those are important life lessons, and I'm glad we can learn them together. Speaking of which, do you remember the first fish you ever caught?
How could I forget? It was a small bluegill, but I was so excited. I felt like I had conquered the world.
I remember that day too. Your face lit up with pure joy when you reeled it in. It was a proud moment for both of us.
It definitely was, Dad. And since then, we've caught some bigger fish together.
That's right, and we'll catch many more in the future. Fishing is about the journey, not just the destination.
Absolutely, Dad. And I'm looking forward to this new mountain lake adventure. I hear the scenery up there is breathtaking.
It sure is. The mountains offer a serene and picturesque backdrop for fishing. We might even spot some wildlife while we're at it.
Wildlife? Like what, Dad?
Well, in the mountains, you can often see deer, squirrels, and various birds. It's like being in a nature documentary.
That sounds amazing. I'll make sure to bring my binoculars too.
Good thinking. Observing wildlife is an added bonus to our fishing trips. It's a chance to appreciate the beauty of nature up close.
And it's all part of the experience. I love how fishing connects us with the outdoors.
Me too, son. It's a way to unwind, clear our minds, and be present in the moment.
Speaking of being present, Do you remember that time I almost dropped my fishing rod in the lake because I was daydreaming?
Oh, how could I forget? You were so lost in thought that you almost lost your rod. Luckily, I was there to catch it.
Yeah, that was a close one. It's a good thing you've always been there to guide me and keep me safe.
That's what dads are for, right? To watch out for their kids and teach them life's little lessons along the way.
You've taught me so much, Dad, not just about fishing, but about life in general. I'm grateful for that.
And I'm grateful to have you as my fishing buddy and my son. I love our bonding time together.
Me too, Dad. It's special, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Well, get ready, because our next fishing adventure in the mountains is going to be even more special. We'll make memories that will last a lifetime.
I can't wait, Dad. It's going to be an epic day, and I'll make sure to bring my fishing A game.
That's the spirit. And who knows, maybe you'll catch a mountain trophy fish.
That would be the ultimate accomplishment. But even if I don't, I know I'll have a great time with you, Dad.
Likewise, son. It's not just about the fish we catch, it's about the bond we have.
Casual conversation between friends. Hey Laura. I can't believe fall is finally here. It's my favorite season.
Hi, Jenny. I know what you mean. Fall is pretty awesome. What do you like most about it?
Well, there are so many things. First, I love the cooler weather. It's a relief after the hot summer.
Oh, absolutely. I can finally break out my cozy sweaters and scarves.
Yes, fall fashion is fantastic. I'm excited to see all the new trends this year.
Me too. I've been eyeing some cute boots for a while.
Boots are a must-have for fall. And speaking of must-haves, pumpkin spice lattes are back.
Oh my gosh, yes. I've been waiting for those. They're like a warm hug in a cup.
That's the perfect way to describe them. And let's not forget about apple picking. It's such a fun fall activity.
I agree. I love going to the orchard and picking fresh apples. Plus, we can make apple pies afterward.
Yum. Homemade apple pie is the best. And don't get me started on pumpkin pie.
It's hard to resist all those delicious fall treats. Speaking of which, what's your favorite fall food?
That's a tough one. I think I'd have to go with butternut squash soup. It's so creamy and comforting.
That sounds delicious. I'm more of a fan of caramel apples. I can't get enough of that sweet and crunchy combo.
Caramel apples are a classic fall treat. I love the caramel drizzle on top. You know, fall is also the perfect time for outdoor activities.
Absolutely. The leaves changing colors make hiking in nature walks even more beautiful.
And we can't forget about the pumpkin patches. Carving pumpkins and making jack-o'-lanterns is so much fun.
Yes, it's a great way to get into the Halloween spirit. Do you have any costume ideas for this year?
I'm thinking of going as a classic witch. It's a simple yet iconic costume.
That's a great choice. I haven't decided yet, but I'm considering dressing up as a superhero.
Superheroes are always a hit. You'll look awesome. You know what else I love about fall? The beautiful foliage.
Oh, yes. The trees turn into a sea of red, orange, and yellow. It's like a natural work of art.
And the sound of leaves crunching beneath your feet when you walk through a park is so satisfying.
It's like nature's own music. Have you ever been on a hayride in the fall?
Yes, a few times. They're so much fun, especially when they have a bonfire afterward.
Roasting marshmallows by the fire is a fall tradition. I also enjoy visiting haunted houses around Halloween.
You're braver than I am. I get scared easily, so I tend to stick to less spooky activities.
It's all in good fun. Plus, the adrenaline rush can be quite thrilling.
I'll take your word for it. Have you ever gone camping in the fall?
Yes, a couple of times. It's a unique experience to camp when the air is crisp, and you can cozy up by the campfire.
That does sound like a special way to connect with nature. Maybe I should give it a try.
You definitely should. Just remember to pack some extra warm layers. Do you have any fall traditions with your family?
We usually have a big Thanksgiving dinner with all the classic dishes like turkey and stuffing.
Thanksgiving is such a heartwarming holiday. It's all about gratitude and spending time with loved ones.
That's true. And the leftovers make the best sandwiches. How about you? Any fall traditions?
Well, my family and I like to go on scenic drives to enjoy the fall foliage. It's like a mini road trip.
That sounds like a lovely way to bond with your family and appreciate the beauty of the season.
It really is. You know, fall also brings some great movies and TV shows.
Absolutely. I love cozying up on the couch with a warm blanket and watching classic movies.
And the return of our favorite TV shows after the summer break is something to look forward to.
I totally agree. It's nice to have some entertainment to enjoy on those chilly evenings. Do you decorate your home for fall?
I do. I have a collection of cute pumpkins and autumn-themed decorations that I put up.
That sounds adorable. Fall decorations really add a cozy touch to any home.
They do. Speaking of cozy, I'm looking forward to curling up with a good book this fall.
That sounds like a perfect way to relax. Any book recommendations?
Well, I'm planning to reread some of my favorite mystery novels. There's something about fall that makes mysteries even more intriguing.
I agree. The atmosphere of a good mystery novel can be enhanced by the fall season. Fall also means it's time to switch up our skincare routines, right?
Absolutely. With the drier air, I make sure to moisturize more and use lip balm to avoid chapped lips.
Same here. And don't forget to hydrate and drink plenty of water to keep your skin glowing.
That's a great reminder. By the way, do you have any fall vacations planned?
Unfortunately, not this year. But I'm hoping to take a weekend getaway to a cozy cabin in the woods soon.
That sounds dreamy. A cabin retreat in the fall would be so peaceful.
It's on my bucket list for sure. You know, Laura, I'm really excited about all the things we can do this fall.
Me too, Jenny. Fall is a magical season full of warmth, beauty, and cozy moments. It's a time to cherish and enjoy.